What it do, guys? What it do? This one, I'm just gonna jump right into it because I might get winded like I normally do. We're gonna just go right into awakening because this is still a very much asked question, and I think I only touched on it briefly, probably in a few other videos, but this time we're gonna kind of go more in depth with it because it can be a little bit confusing, and especially when you're starting off, not sure who to use, not sure how you can get about where you're trying to get to. So we're going to jump into it like I did before. I'm pretty sure I did this before, but it's easier to break them into category because those are the only ones that can awake each other. They have to be in the same faction. So as you can see, I could do some reds. Reds. Well, yeah, they're technically reds. Darks. I'm not doing them though, because if you notice, they're not the main ones. Like the very first one, well, this is the main one. It shows you right here at the top what you need to do it. Now this is pretty consistent with the ranks. Now if you have like a blue like this, which S and S plus do not come in, you'll notice you need 3. I obviously only have 2, but if you do those, you then get, do I have one? Yes, I have one. It's a different color, but I have one. So anyway, you get this, which is rare plus. So rare with 3 other rares becomes a rare plus, right? And then from there, as you can see, you need 2 rare pluses to make 1 excellent. 1 excellent is the pink with no borders. Well, the little things in the corners, I should say. Now, S is right off the bat. The minute you get an S, you need an exact replica of that S to make it an excellent plus, which I think is pretty consistent with all of them. Yeah. So no matter what, excellent always requires itself. In fact, that's pretty much the theme for like every other awakening you do. Wow. I wish I had the camera on instead of just the screen recorder, because that card was freaking old and phenomenal. Anyway, that was totally irrelevant. My bad. Back on track here. So anyway, as you can see, excellent plus just requires another excellent plus. You can kind of see like there's a theme that keeps going on with it. And then once you have excellent plus, it becomes yellow, which I know I got one of those somewhere there. And now it requires 2 excellent pluses. They don't have to be clones again, because that's why it has that helmet there. They can be whoever you want. Then when you do 2 yellows, you get yellow plus or epic plus, which is these. Which, oh shock, you need yet another clone. But not just any clone, you need an excellent plus clone. So when you start getting to the yellow plus or epic plus, it starts to get very annoying and very complicated and very tedious in trying to awaken your heroes, especially when you get to S pluses and S's, which are not as easy to come by. S pluses especially. But anyway, so once you would do this, like say I have the excellent plus Anna here, she then goes up even another level. Oops, I didn't want to do that. And she becomes this, legendary. Now legendary requires 2 epics, which means that you need 2 yellows of the same faction in order to level them up again. This is just going to be the theme. Like, I'm just going to keep sounding like I'm repeating myself, just with different words. Because then once you get that, then you have this, which is the one I was working on here. And now with S's and S pluses, because this is where, I should have said that first, but right here, legendary, this is where all your A's are going to tap out. Like how we always say, don't waste your energy on your A's. They're just going to end up being food. Well, this is exactly why. Because they tap out right here at legendary. And all your other heroes, your S's and your S pluses, go way beyond legendary. So once you start facing things that have red borders, or anything beyond a red border, which is like the silverish whites and whatnot, in fact, I can just show you real quick. We become these mythics and whatnot. But once you get to those, I just totally lost my train of thought, just like that, right out the window. God, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, So anyway, this is where your A's are going to tap out, because you're going to start facing enemies that are the same exact, but they're a lot stronger. This is why, in fact, I could even show you real quick. Right here on X-Force right now, I'm stuck on this one. Even though I have a huge advantage, like 40,000, still can't do it. I'm going to even show you real quick, because I've been trying to beat this level for a few days now, and I've just been stuck here, and I keep getting massacred. But anyway, going back over here to Awakening. So yeah, it just keeps going up and up and up and up. And when you eventually get into Mythic and stuff, like he's already into Transcend and then Transcend Plus. But as you notice, I still need an Excellent Plus Ronin to go up even further. So what you kind of want to do, whoops, I left him on my thing. What you kind of want to do is keep note of who you're really trying to work on and what you're going to ultimately need for them. Besides the fact that you need like 30 copies of one hero when it's an S plus or an S, to fully max them out, you need to keep track of what grade, I guess you could say, they need to be. So if I got 2 more Ronins and then they got 2 more after that, and then I put them all into each other, he would be like a legendary. The problem with that is I wouldn't be able to use them now, any of them, on him, because now they're stronger than I need them to be. I only needed Excellent Plus. So if you keep track of that process and just remember that it is universally true through all of them, and that A's, even though Crow was freaking awesome in the beginning, she's gonna teeter out and she's gonna fall off hard, like really quick, out of nowhere, and you'll be like, why? She's my strongest. Yeah, that's why. Because she can't excel to the length she needs to, which is kind of sad because I like Crow, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. So that's basically how you awaken. It's just a repetitive process that requires a lot of luck when you're pulling. I mean, it's great to get every single hero. Problem is, you can't do all the heroes. At least, not like you would want to. But you keep, that's why I totally forgot that. Would have been a good example. Like him, I'm trying to do up. I need an Excellent Plus. I haven't gotten a Legendary yet, which is what I'm working on. I just ran out of heroes doing a Ronin, and I wanted to do the other 2 up so they were all on an equal playing field, at least. You need my top 6, to be up there. But anyway, yeah. So I'm not going to combine those 2 because that would just hinder me. Because then I have 2 Rockefellers instead of whatever I have now, and I wouldn't be able to do anything with them to each other, and they'd both be stuck for no reason whatsoever. I can only use 1 at a time anyway. It's not like you can have a team of 2 Rockefellers, which would actually be pretty interesting. I don't know about Rockefeller in general, but anywho, I'm getting off track. So yeah, that's basically Awakening. You can do Smart Awakening, but I really don't always suggest it because I don't know. I shouldn't say anything really because I haven't actually tried it, but I know there was a point I was going to check it out when I could, and I didn't because I didn't like the one it was using to feed the other. But as you can see, there's a bunch of red dots there. This is my whole roster at the top here. Those all can all evolve into each other, but only one of them is in an S. So if I did Smart Awakening, see how it won't let me? It's because it doesn't want you to feed S's to another S, period. Which is good practice to actually maintain, because all S's have some kind of role they can play, and put on the right team, they can all excel in their own way. Some of them require synergy to even be reliable, consistent, and usable. Like Dimension Runner. I personally am not a fan of her, but I don't know. I actually got rid of mine. I don't remember what element she is. I might have one of her again somewhere, but I can't think of what faction she is. Maybe I don't. Yeah, I do. There she is. Like her, I actually had her all the way up to Mythic, and she disappointed me so bad. It's probably because I don't have the right team for her, but I actually scrapped her. I got rid of all of her and I fed her to the rest of my main people to get them up. Now, eventually I'll probably do Dimension Runner again. But that ain't going to be anytime soon because, I don't know, I'm not a fan. It's probably because I have Ronin, who kind of does the same, but I think he's a lot better. It might just be my personal opinion, but yeah, okay, winded enough. That's it. Peace.